Hey everybody, it's Frank K and welcome to K Comics. So we'll be continuing our explanation on Thor, son of Asgard. With the last issue, Odin sent Thor safe and Balder on a quest to find him some 4 elements to which he will use to make a sword which is pretty much indestructible. And the first element was to find the scale of a dragon, and they acquired that one. So they are moving on to the second, which is to find the feather of a winged snow eagle. And so I've done 2 videos on this, and if you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and watch those 2 before you continue, because it is a continuation of those 2 videos. And without wasting much time, let's dive right in. Okay, so this initially picked up with Jotunheim, where Thor, Sif and Balder are walking through a blizzard of a snow, trying to get the feather of this eagle. And they are walking and they are pretty much freezing. They are freezing. Their eyes and even the lines of their bow is even freezing. They are freezing, literally freezing. And it was at this moment when Balder kind of said, all this for a single feather. And Thor, without getting the point that Balder was making, he was like, yeah, what kind of a quest has Odin sent us on? Like sending us from one extreme to the other, like from fire to ice, from extreme heat to extreme cold. Like, what kind of a mad quest is that? Without even actually realizing that Balder was actually referring to like Thor actually accepting a challenge that will pretty much cause their death. And everything stems from the fact that Thor accepted it, and Sif and Balder, they didn't have much of a choice in it, and they are just in it, and then now they might actually even die in the snow. And even though after defeating the dragon, Thor kind of apologizes for not asking for their consent, whilst Odin asked them. Even though he did that, it still doesn't take the fact that they are still on the mission and they might probably die on the way. But with Thor hearing this, he was enraged because he had apologized, and why would Balder still hold a grudge against him if he had apologized prior to that? So he just pushed Balder and perceived, I don't know if he wanted to beat Balder, but Sif interrupted, telling him that he should stop, and if there's someone who needs an ass whooping, it's rather Thor, because he brought this all on them. And it was at this point when Sif told Thor that right now is the best time for them to split. And even though this place is freezing as hell, I know hell is not frozen, but even though this place is freezing as hell, Thor needs to cool down, and it's time for them to split. Like Thor will go his way and Sif and Balder will also go their way. But with all this happening, we know this mysterious being is watching everything so close. So when Thor was about to separate himself from Sif and Balder's, Balder then called out Thor, and Thor was like, that was fast. Like, do you want to apologize like this quick? Like, that was real quick. At least you should have waited for 5 minutes before you then call me to apologize. But while this is all going on, this mysterious being is looking closely, and their main objective is to break the gang, like separate the gang and then take them out like that. But before they could completely separate, Balder, the one with reason, he always comes with reason. And when even they fought the dragon, he was the one that brought up the plan to defeat the dragon. And whenever they have an altercation amongst them, he's always the one that brings the most convincing solutions. So he tells them that at this point in time, this is when they should stay close so that they will be able to have each other's back, which is right, because they are in a blizzard and they should be in it together. And I like how funny it is, like how Thor, when they called Thor, it was like, really, this quick? You want to apologize like this quick? No, I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna listen. So you go at it. But when they united, they were also united by ice elves, which was conjured by this mysterious being standing before the mirror. And these things are formidable. Like, they are tiny and they are made of ice, and you can't even touch them. And if you try your best to touch them, they are faster than you. Like, you break them and then they pop back up, and they have the numbers advantage to their side. And it was at this point when Balder realized that this was a work of a magician, like when they regenerated when they are shattered. That's definitely magic at work. And with Sif paying close attention to how the ice beasts are attacking, he didn't realize that they were attacking in circles, and Border also noticed that these ice beasts also draw their powers from the ice. So in order to kill them completely, you have to separate them from the ice before you kill them. Only then will they be dead for the count. And while Safe Border were both assessing the situation, Thor was just swinging his sword left and right, up and down, east and west, north and south. Up and down, anywhere that the sword can move, he swings it there. And with these statics, they started slaying the ice elements left and right until they started to disappear. And at this moment, Sif knew that this is probably a magician doing this, and how could someone know that they are here and then try to use magic on them? And at this point, Thor knew that with Sif starting the statement this way, she will eventually get to the point where she says that it's probably Loki behind all this. So he just intercepted and said it's only Odin who was there, who knew about this quest. So probably no one, or maybe Odin. But on the flip side, why would Odin himself try to sabotage his own quest? Like, why would he do that? While all this was going on, they were met with the arrival of the eagle they were supposed to get a feather from. And when the eagle landed, they all prepared in attack mode, but the eagle told them that no, like that wouldn't be necessary because he's friends with Odin. And Thor, upon hearing this, got enraged because why would you be friends with Odin but then send your minions against us? And it was at this point when I think Thor is misled by his attitudes. And for the eagle, he knows Thor. I don't know if he's a he or she, but he knows Thor, and Thor is someone who is known for his bad behavior. So he knows what Thor is. And the thing about this eagle is that he wasn't the one who sent the minions or the ice elves in order to fight off Thor, and he was rather there in order to assist them in defeating the ice elves. And upon his arrival, Thor is lashing at him, which is very, very funny. And I mean, the only thing that he did was to cause that extreme blizzard on them, and that's only a way to see if the people coming to him are willing and able or persistent to acquire what they want. But Thor, without understanding the bigger picture, is just saying rubbish, saying anything he thinks is right. And if I were to be the eagle, I would get pretty much mad. And the eagle was chill and it was like, you came for the feather, why don't you get the feather and move on? And also, as an elder, he gave them an advice that they should be careful because the forces behind them is very, very powerful. To be able to summon such elementals from a distance this powerful, that means the person behind all this is very, very powerful, and Asgard should beware. Also, he told Border that he should also be careful, especially because it's love that will be his downfall. And I don't understand why we say that, but we'll just keep reading. And with the eagle spewing knowledge on them, Thor realized that perhaps he has talked too quickly and then asked for forgiveness from the eagle, but the eagle lets him know that this means that he's like his father and the protection of his members is close to his heart, and that's why he probably acted that way. And if that's the reason why, then he did that with good intention, and so he shouldn't have to apologize for that. And this is one of those moments when you know that even though Thor accepted the challenge without consulting his friends, he still cared for them, even though they fought with him countless times on the way. And so as of now, they have acquired 2 mystic elements, and now they have only 2 left on their plate. And it was one of these moments when Sif realized that Loki couldn't possibly be the one behind it, because the power they are talking about, even Loki doesn't possess that power. I mean, this is their young selves, and Loki is not that powerful yet. So definitely it isn't Loki, which begs the question, who is behind the mirror? Stay tuned if you want to find out. Voila! Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel so that if the next issue drops, you'll be the first to find out. Peace.